subsidy. Apapa-led faction of Labour Party rejects NLC planned protest against Tinubu's government. The Labour Party has rejected a planned nationwide protest by the Nigeria Labour Congress in demonstration against the removal of fuel subsidy by President Bola Tinubu. The party also called for the immediate dismissal and prosecution of Mele Kyari, Managing Director of Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL. Addressing newsmen in Abeokuta on Thursday, Abayomi Arabambi, the National Publicity Secretary of the Labour Party, faction led by Lamidi Apapa, said the NLC can go ahead with a strike and ask workers to stay away from work until their demands are met. He, however, said the directive of the Joe Ajero-led NLC on the affiliates and state councils to mobilize ahead of a nationwide protest is capable of setting Nigerians against the Tinubu administration for a violent overthrow. Our party noted that the NLC President Comrade Joe Ajero, without facts, baselessly accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of showing enormous disdain and contempt for Nigerian people and workers by the declaration of war on attrition on Nigerian workers and masses without any care, leaving them in the throes of hopelessness and helplessness. Labour Party agreed with the NLC leadership only on all lawful demands, but totally disagreed with a resolution calling for mass action. Speaking on the call for removal and prosecution of the group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, Mele Kyari Arabambi said Kyari's leadership of the NNPC as a property of Nigerians failed to ensure Nigerians are in the loop of operations of the crude oil. Interesting. I'm so confused, right? Because I just hope Labour Party does not shoot itself in the foot. I think Labour Party is doing an absolute horrible job when it comes to establishing and branding themselves as well as creating their political structure across the country. Because I think it is fair for you to say that, okay, fine, a mass action might not be as effective, let's find other ways. But to say it as a way to prevent an overthrow or a violent overthrow of Tinubu's government, knowing fully well that your party was robbed, right? Like literally stolen from, right? So it's very confusing because I'm not saying they should support violence, but you can't support violence in a way to protect someone who basically took advantage and disrespected you as a party. It's not even Tinubu, it's literally Labour Party and the APC. That's what the business is. So I understand that for some Nigerians it's incredibly triggering because it seems like, wait, are you in support of Tinubu's government low-key? But the thing is, everywhere is scattered. So the way I see it is, obviously, right, I don't think protests work. They haven't worked. I think it would actually creates awareness, but that's all it does. But any action that will come outside of it, at the end of the day, it's just a demonstration, which can even lead to more deaths and, harm along the way. But I am also of the opinion that, listen, everywhere is scattered, everywhere is destroyed. What more cannot be destroyed, if that makes sense? Because the economy is in shambles. People cannot afford to live. So then what's the point of working? What's the point of anything? That can be a motivating factor and a drive behind the protest. But if we're really going to achieve change, as they say, power is taken, not given, but we're going to have to find a way. And when there's a will, there is a way. Nigerians have to find a way. A violent overthrow of Tinubu's government. I think something drastic needs to happen, and drastic and intentional needs to happen. That's That's basically what it is. That is basically what it is. This old fool, what is his problem? Maybe there's a place in Apapa his fellow criminals buy fuel at 200 naira. Idiot. Even 200 naira is a lot because it was always, wasn't the fuel price always at 100, always lower than 100 naira. So where we are today is just ridiculous. This old man is a bootlicker. He's doing a hatchet job, and his slave matter is an open secret. It just doesn't make sense. I feel like, obviously, yes, as a party, or their Apapa-led faction, they can. I don't think violence and all that mass action without a plan is the way which you can object against. But it's like, who are you trying to protect here? Your interest or the interest of the ruling party? That's what it looks like. And for those who are supporters of the Labour Party, it's like, excuse me, what are you saying? It, for me, doesn't make sense. I don't know where he's coming from. Who is bankrolling you? Which party do you belong to? Interesting. Point of correction, Apapa and his boys is APC faction, not Labour Party faction. Interesting. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.